There used to be a surveillance camera up there. Couldn't help but notice the day after the Toys R Us manager threw me out. Wasn't there. I don't know. Was that his paranoia? Stores that liquidate, in the process of liquidation, bankruptcy, looting and raiding isn't uncommon by not only the employees but also upper management. But believe it or not, today I'm not here to bust Toys R Us's balls. While reading the news today, I came across a story, NBC. I'll link it down below. And it really galled me to the core. I'm not going to sit here and read you a bunch of news. God knows I force-fed you guys so much news yesterday. Sorry about that. I should have edited better. Basically, what this news article was saying and touting was how much better immigrants are at doing their job. Or, to be more specific, immigrants get the job done. Immigrants get the job done. As opposed to Americans not getting it done. Correct me if I'm wrong. Americans did enough of a job to America and for America that your ass wants to come. Apparently you want to come so fucking bad that you're even willing to drag children that aren't your own and are half sick. You know, it's kind of become something of a puppy mill operation. You hear about them. Sick dogs and cats. And not to compare immigrants to dogs and cats, but it's kind of what's going on. Desperate for any child at all. I'll even take the sick one. I don't care. Just as long as they don't die until we get over the border. I want to talk about something specific today, very specific, in relation to immigration and Toys R Us. As some of my subscribers know and remember, that I used to work here back in the early 90s. Like I said, I've always held jobs, multiple jobs. If I'm not mistaken, I worked this Toys R Us and over at the mall. The store was called Best Products, not to be confused with Best Buy. Best Buy would come many years later, but anyway. There I am, busting my ass, working 2 jobs at once. So, on a beautiful summer day like today, Toys R Us usually gears up back in its heyday. Summer hiring and bringing on new employees. One such new employee was a Latino, young, strapping buck. His name was Eric Alvarez. Eric Alvarez. So Eric gets hired. Razzle dazzles, wows, whomever. You know, so he's doing good, I guess. And one day we're in the break room. And I was nowhere near as political then as I am now. But the conversation basically got around to talking about wages and If I'm not mistaken, this was right around the time when Al Granda, so in case anybody's out there getting ready to say, oh, employees shouldn't be discussing their wages. Yeah, well, the store director right there in the break room full of fellow employees, he sits there and I guess he goes to, what is this, some kind of a bragging? That's right. In 6 months, you'll be up to 585. And he said it like incredulously, 585. Like that was something to really aspire to. It was like back in 92, 93, whatever. And anyway, Eric and I got to talking, killing time while on break. And, I was talking about what a struggle it is, just making it paycheck to paycheck. They paid every week. It was just extremely small checks every week. And it was a struggle. And Eric kind of begins to start to brag that, well, I don't pay federal taxes. What? Yeah, I'm tax exempt. He goes to say something or another about his immigration status. I don't remember word for word, but it had something along the lines of you traditionally hear about it being associated or used by Middle Easterns. They come over and they don't pay taxes for 5 years, Don't pay taxes for 5 years. So there's Eric and me working at this store. I'm paying federal taxes, have my entire life, on both jobs, all my jobs. Now, I really don't know exactly what trick or gimmick Eric used, whether it was legal or illegal. I don't even know what his immigration status at the time was. It legal or illegal? I really don't know. Maybe later in life he did start paying federal taxes. Okay. But the news article in NBC News was talking about how when immigrants come, they do such a fantastic job of pulling themselves up. It was basically a news article saying that immigrants are not actually a burden on America. Now you can discuss the validity of that argument all you want down in the comments section, but I know this. I know that if I didn't have to pay federal taxes, 1 year, 5 years, or never, yeah, I guess I'd do pretty fucking fantastic myself. But I wasn't given that lovely privilege. Apparently that's something that's held in reserve for immigrants. Because they're so struggling. They need as much help as they can. Up and coming. Oh, I see. Latinos, they do tend to be Republican. I can't help but wonder. I have no idea where Eric is. I know he followed me to Atlantic City, Planet Hollywood. Like I said, yeah, that'd be my third job. I'm working like 3 jobs. I ended up quitting the electron. I worked the electronic counter at Best Products, so I ended up letting that job go. And I'm working Toys R Us in Planet Hollywood, and he follows me over, and he gets hired, and he razzle dazzles the manager there. And from the last that I heard from a friend of a friend of a friend, I think this manager was married too. She was a married woman, and she had money too. She owned boats and things. And anyway, they moved off West Coast, maybe closer to the Hollywood source. I don't know. And who was it? Antonio Sabato Jr. and Scott Baio, and so celebrity Latino Republicans ready to lambast. Oh, I did it the right way, I did it the legal way, and I didn't need your welfare, and I worked hard, and da da da. I really don't know Sabato's situation. I don't know Baio's situation. Um, you know, but I do know Eric Alvarez's situation, or at least as it was. He didn't have to pay federal taxes. He didn't have to struggle like I did, as I earned my wage 1 hour at the time. Would a Latino Republican like him look down their nose at me because I need welfare? Because back then, food stamps were paper. Pulled them out of a book like a check. Anyway, as our break came to an end, I sat there watching Eric eating his lunch. Sandwich, chips. Looked good. Looked very delicious. Me? All I had enough money for that day was a can of soda. So I slowly sipped my soda, drinking it in on an empty stomach, while Eric got to eat a hearty meal paid for with a paycheck that wasn't taxed federally. I don't hate Latinos. I'm all for everybody coming. It just seems to be that the news does nothing but harp and lament about these people fucking endlessly every goddamn day, every hour of every day. All the news wants to talk about are fucking immigrants. I don't know. Maybe we Americans should just simply open a can of soda, take a sip, and shut the fuck up, huh? Total Control 871.